Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is the Thursday pre-cap for week number 3. We have a few interesting matchups today starting this week, and we are just going to jump right into it. We're going to start in the South with the two lowest motherfuckers around. We got Sparks starting out with a new squad, rebuilding the trash squad. He took on the challenge, and he's facing the other trash team in the South. I'm in the East. Uh, St. Louis Kings. St. Louis Kings has he's tried his best. He's put up some decent numbers, just not enough. So these two guys, somebody gonna go out with one win out the division. I honestly think it might be Lil Lawrence, Lil Larry. Lil Larry gonna come out with his first victory going into uh, outside of division play. But I got Lil Larry beating Sparks, but not by a lot. It's gonna be a shit bowl, total shit bowl. Moving on, Hell's Bells versus Calgary Stampede. Now, Gronk has been putting up great numbers. Gronk is currently 1-1, and Hell's Bells is 0-2. Hell's Bells is looking for his first victory this week, this year, and I honestly don't see it happening. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pick this as my upset of the week. I'm actually going to go Hell's Bells over Gronk in the upset of the week. That's going to be my prediction on that. Both of them have favorable matchups. Josh Allen going up against a Miami defense might not be too bad for Miami. Has a good defense, but Josh Allen has so many weapons around him. So Josh Allen gonna put up his numbers. Jamar Chase gonna go ahead. I always get hit, especially against the New York Jets defense. On the other side, Tannehill got Vegas. He's not going to do real well against the Vegas defense, but Saquon Barkley against the Dallas defense is probably going to go off. This is going to be a real tight matchup, but I got Hell's Bells pulling it out. That's my upset of the week. Sorry, Gronk. You go down. Next up, we have Dat Work versus El Patron. 201, 216 predictions on the projections. Moan out of El Patron is going to stick with Matt Stafford at the quarterback. He got John Taylor, Sterling Shepard. Shepard went out there, and it's been crazy with Jones. The quarterback in New York is honestly just trash overall. But Shepard been getting his numbers. Of course, Kareem Hunt gonna do his thing. Metcalf has not shown up this season, but I think against the Atlanta defense, Metcalf come out there and do his thing. You got a DeAndre Swift on the other side with that work going up against the Minnesota defense. This is going to be his toughest matchup of the season thus far. Of course, Cap Kamara out of New Orleans going to do his thing against Carolina. I got that work finishing up, beating the shit out of El Patron to make him 3-0 coming out of division play. El Patron going to go out 1-2. Chibo Burgers, U City Lions. These two cats are so buddy. For those of y'all that's not in the chat group, the main chat group on Google Chat, if you're not in there, you need to get in there. It goes down. We talk shit. It's a lot of trade talk going there. That's where a lot of the trades go through in that chat. If you're not in it, you need to get in it. You got any questions on how to get in it, send me a request, and we'll get that link over to you. But Chibo Burgers and U City Lions with their buddy ass. Oh, my Steelers brother, how you doing, my Steelers brother, blah, blah. One of these motherfuckers is going down. I honestly think it's going to be Chibo Burgers going out 3-0, leaving Brian over at the Lions 2-1 going out of division play, but it's going to be a tight matchup. It's going to be crazy. You got Lamar Jackson against a bullshit New England defense. Williams out of Denver going against San Francisco. San Francisco had a bomb-ass defense. I know the person that has the San Francisco defense, and Williams ain't going to go off. Drake London gonna shit all over Seattle defense. Debo Samuel gonna do his thing. On the other side of the UCD Lions, Brian has probably one of the best stacks, if not the best stack in the league. It's much, much better than that BBE trash that was out there. BBE was garbage when he first came up with the idea, and we're going to get to that one in a second. But Brian has one of the best stacks in the league. Kelsey out there doing his thing. Sanders, surprisingly, is doing good numbers. It's still week 3. Sanders to me is still trash. It just is. Sanders is trash, but Brian like him. Go for it. He got Andrews out of Baltimore up against the New England defense. He got Andrews last year in a trade for pocket lint. So Brian doing his thing, but he goes down to Chibo Burgers, leaving out of division 2-1. Woo! Here we go. New team versus Team Commish. Both of these teams are 0-2. Both of these teams have been putting up good numbers, but yet they 0-2. Team Commish in the rankings has found himself at 16, but I'm hearing through the grapevine that the rankings department will make the loser of this game the 16th overall seed. So somebody got to win. And Team Commish 0-2, new team 0-2. They got a 50-50 split. Projections are at 203 and 205. Home field advantage going to new team. But I see new team going down as I predicted. 0-3. He goes out of division play 0-3. Now, for those of you that don't know, new team, they run at every piece of adversity. If he goes down 0-3, he is going to disappear from the chat because he runs, because that's what most island niggas do. They run, and he going down 0-3. Team Commish comes out of division play 1-2. He beats new team. Luckily, I won't say luckily, Roy generally pretty well stocks his team. He still had Garoppolo, even though Trey Lance went down. Cook gonna do his thing against the Detroit defense. Nick Chubb, Kyler Pitts has not shown up this year, but I think this is going to be his breakout game. Pittman Jr. been doing his thing. On the other side, new team, Michael Thomas has came off an injury and been down for the last 2-3 years, but he's come up and kicking out good numbers. Brittle Kittle is Brittle Kittle. But he doesn't have any choice because his only other tight end is Commit, and he got rid of his 4th round pick, his first pick of the draft, Otten. He already sent him back to the free agency. Penny is not doing Penny stuff that P needs him to do, but we told him Penny was trash, but that's on him. James Robinson is back to James Robinson form, and Tom Brady continues to go through his personal life woes, and it's translating into the football field. He went and picked up Cole Beasley to reinvent the BBE, and BBE was trash then, and with Cole Beasley, it's going to be BBE trash now. The problem that he has right now is Evans is on a 1-game suspension, so it is what it is. McLaren, Jefferson, blah, blah, blah. But Roy beats new team convincingly. New team goes down 0-3. Black Republicans versus Bullyfoots. Black Republicans has put up a decent squad. We did on paper, it doesn't look super spectacular, but they've been putting out numbers. Well, I'll say this: they put out numbers last week. Week 1, total trash. So we got to figure out, was week 1 where they normally at, or week 2 is where they normally at. I'm going to go with the latter. I think week 1 is truly who the team is, and week 2 was a fluke. But he's the owner. I know the owner. He's AIDS infested Haitian, and AIDS infested Haitians. They do AIDS infested Haitian shit. But Kyler Murray is going to go out against the LA Rams defense and is not going to do very well. Allen Robinson against the Arizona defense and Higbee, they might do their thing. Judy against the San Francisco defense, he not going to get off. On the flip side, you got Jameis Winston against Carolina, Gibson against Philly, uh, Tyreek Hill against Buffalo. That's going to be very interesting. Buffalo has a real good defense out there doing their thing. Ezekiel Elliott is not the man in Dallas anymore. So it just is what it is. But Broad Street Bullyfoot kicks his bully foot into the black Republican / AIDS infested Haitian's ass. And that's just the way it's going to go. Black Republicans is going to go out 2-1. Bullyfoot is going to go ahead, tie the series, and take over the lead in the the North with 2-1. And we move on. The People's Champ against the Matrix. Say it out of New York is going to beat the shit out of People's Champ. It just is what it is. Brandon is still in the rebuild year. He got some good pieces. He got Dawson Knox, CeeDee Lamb, of course, the Patrick Mahomes. Good squad, but it's not. He can't match up against Mixon, DJ Chark, Ertz. Russell Wilson ain't really been doing a whole lot of hot shit this year, but it is what it is. New York Matrix wins it easily. Now we move over to the slobber knocker in the East. The Ass Kickers versus New North Side. New North Side is the current reigning East champ. Knocked the Ass Kickers out of contention. But both teams are 2-0. Both teams have a 50-50 shot according to the projections. 209 to 210. It's going to be an interesting matchup, but both teams have good matchups on their side of the team and of the ball. It's going to be real good. This is going to be a tight game. I think it is going to be decided by 5 points or less. But I got the Ass Kickers going out of division 3-0. Taking down New North Side. New North Side goes down and goes back to the crack house on the north side and lick their wounds and blaze up. That's what to do, and that's how it's going to be. This has been the Thursday morning precap. And anybody, again, if you're not in the chat group, go ahead and get information. We can go ahead and get you over there. Everything is good. Everything goes down. Thursday precap. Those are my predictions. Y'all have a good week. See y'all on Monday.